everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today and welcome to Daily Spark TV. You guys know who I am. I'm Dr. Angela Butchester, and you know what I'd like to do on my show. I want to enlighten you. I want to inspire you. I want to empower you to become your best self. Now, scripture reminds us that the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest on fire. And today we want you fired up about my guest. I'll be spending time today with Nair about his book, Gopi's Gratitude Journal. So go on, get comfy, get cozy, get your coffee or get your tea, because we are about to get started. Hello, Gopi. Thank you so much for joining me here on Daily Spark TV.
Dr. Angela, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I am glad that you are here. Now, as is tradition, we always allow our guests to introduce themselves to perhaps those few folks out there that may be unfamiliar with you or your work. So first question to you, tell us a little bit about yourself. What makes you, you?
I'm Gopi Nair. I'm a gratitude practitioner. I'm a published author and an inspirational speaker. I have written so far 5 books, and the last being Gopi's Gratitude Journal. I have a simple passion and a mission in my life. I want to inspire this world, one mortal at a time.
Now, being an author, is that something that you've always wanted to do?
It happened to be like that. I did not want to be an author 20 years ago, but when I wrote my first book, Mental Science 101, the encouragement I received from my audience and my readers was so overwhelming. I started writing, and now I published 5 books.
Now, the title of this book, it is a gratitude journal. Why was it important for you to write a gratitude journal?
You know, Dr. Angela, the world has been going through a rough time, and especially after the pandemic, people are so upset because they cannot go out and the social connections are lost, and people feel lonely and people feel tired, frustrated. So I thought it is important for us to bring something to perk them up, to inspire them, to make them lively so that they can go on with their daily life without worrying about what is happening outside. And gratitude, if you ask me, is an elixir. It can remove negativity from human mind. And once negativity is gone, it will save a lot of our troubles, because then we are always anchored to the present. The past will not bother us. The future will not bother us. Gratitude helps us to remain in the present, and it helps us to be mindful of what we are doing. It is a simple technique, it's a simple ritual with deep and profound impact on every human being who practices gratitude.
You are so right there. And especially when it comes to the past versus the future, so many people forget to be in the moment of now. They're worried about what happened in the past, but the past has already passed us by, and they're stressing over the future to the point where it's causing them undue angst. So you are so right there. Enjoy the present for what it is. Don't let that moment pass you by and then you regret not being in that moment. I could not agree with you more. Now, when it comes to your journal, side note, I am a very big supporter of journaling. It's a suggestion that I give to my client base, as well as teaching others how to journal and do it very effectively. With that being said, what age group is appropriate for your journal? Did you do it for, did you present it in a way that it's young enough for high schoolers, or is this more of an adult journal book?
It is appropriate from age 14 onwards, high schoolers and to adults. Because high schoolers are also going through rough time because classes have been canceled and they are studying remote, and that is keeping them in a very dispirited mood. So high schoolers also need some kind of inspiration and some kind of help with their mental health.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could not agree with you more there. Now, I know for many people, when they journal, they tend to do it at a particular time of day. Some like to do it first thing in the morning. They write down their dreams, others at the end of the day to help kind of chronicle the day that they've just been through. Is there a particular prompt for a time that someone should utilize your journal, or is it at the discretion of the purchaser?
I think the preferable time is morning. I say, have breakfast with gratitude. Have breakfast with gratitude. When you are eating your breakfast, and take 5 minutes to write down 5 things for which you are grateful, or 5 people to whom you are grateful. And those 5 minutes that you spend, it will set the trend for the day. And it will bring a very productive day, very calmful day, or peaceful day. It will be a trend setter for the day. So gratitude, if you are going to write the journal, it is a good idea to start in the morning. But if you don't have the morning time, any time is better than no time.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more there. Now, there are many people out there that have never been exposed, if you will, to having an attitude of gratitude. They've been taught that they should perhaps pray in the morning, or they should say grace over their food, that they should give a good hallelujah if their football team wins the game. But this attitude of gratitude is new to them. What is the difference between gratitude and thankfulness? Or is there a difference?
Yes, there is a difference. Thankfulness is a form of gratitude, but gratitude has deeper connotations. My mother always used to say, Gopi, remember one thing, whatever comes on your way, whatever God gives you, accept with both hands and say thank you and be grateful, because it could have been worse. A practice of gratitude actually bring us back to the present moment, so that the past we can decouple the past, and we can also decouple the future. We are only in the present, and the life is to be enjoyed only in the present. When you are thinking about past, you are not living. You are only recollecting what happened in the past, or you are imagining what will happen in the tomorrow or in the future, but you are not experiencing life. Life is to be enjoyed in the present. So gratitude has very deeper connotations.
Mm-hmm. In your opinion, why do you think so many people get stuck rehashing the past, going over and over again in their heads what has happened years ago?
Because habit is a merciless master. Once you have fallen to the victim of the habit, it takes a lot of effort and lot of conscious effort, and reading and writing, practicing. All those things are very essential, because if you, Dr. Angela, if you ask me, we interact with the universe with our thoughts, with our speech, and with our action. I call it thought, speech, and action, TSA. Most of us do not have TSA alignment. I am thinking one thing, I am speaking the opposite, and my deeds are far away from what I think or what I speak. But once you start practicing gratitude, you can align your thought, speech, and action. And that will remove the conflict within. We first create the conflict within before it comes out of you and affect other people. So to understand the beginning and the source of conflict, we have to understand that we use thought, speech, and action to interact with our universe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember this elder of the church once said that her mother used to tell her, either you're going to worry or you're going to pray, but you can't do both. And that really makes sense to me at a very young age. She wasn't talking to me, but at a very young age, I understood what she meant. That if we are to believe that God has heard our prayer, that God is going to answer our prayer, then why are we walking in the worry to let that part of it go? I could not agree with you more. Now, you talk about, or you address a word that some people, especially our younger generation, is starting to be exposed to more often, and that is the word destiny. That there are certain things that we should accept, that we should expect, that we can walk boldly in. How do you address the word destiny?
Destiny basically is destination. The word destiny came from the word destination. You can decide your destination, and gratitude will help you reach your destination. The thought that you think, the speeches that you make, and the deeds that you do, that's how we interact with the universe. And by changing your thoughts and your speech and your action with the practice of gratitude, you can rewrite your own destiny.
Mhm, mhm. I remember we used to try to teach our children. I used to work in the school system, and we used to try to teach the children, when you have a positive outlook, you have those positive outcomes. So when you're in a good mood, you have a good day. When you are trying to be the best that you can be, then you have the best day that you could have. So I think that continues to go hand in hand. You are so right about that. I could not agree with you more. We have to shift our paradigm and stop living in what used to be, and appreciate more of what we have, because we are truly blessed. If we woke up today, we are blessed because
Yes.
we made it. We have been allowed to be better today than we were yesterday. I love it. I love it. Well, it is time for us to take a very short break. But before we do, could you please remind everyone, what is the title of your book? Where can we get a copy? And how do we stay in contact with you?
The title of the book is Gopi's Gratitude Journal. It is available on Amazon and wherever books are sold. And you can reach me, anybody can reach me, any of our audience can reach me on my website, gopi'inspires.com.
All righty, we'll be back right after this.
There's something I need to tell you. This relationship isn't working. It isn't good for me. I'm breaking up with you.
It's not me, it's you. I became dependent on you. And you were always there for me, even when I was at my worst. But I didn't realize the damage you were doing. You created a toxic environment. Not just for me, but others too. You were suffocating me.
We're just no longer compatible. Also, there's one more thing. I met someone else.
I'm respected in public. I'm making friends. I feel like I can breathe again.
That's how I deserve to be treated.
我们书店结束了。
तुम फिर से कभी नहीं मुझे दुख दोगे।
Ni siquiera te necesito.
Parce que j'ai une autre option.
and it's a healthy relationship.
And we are back. Thanks for joining us. Gopi, my next question for you is, just in case someone came in a little bit later to the show, you have written a gratitude journal. Many people are unfamiliar with journaling. They may understand the concept of gratitude. That's a form of thankfulness, but journaling, what's that? So let me ask you, can you explain to someone who may not be familiar with that, what is journaling?
Journaling is the art of writing down your thoughts. And gratitude journaling help you to count your blessings. 5 things for which you are grateful, and 5 people to whom you are grateful. Because we are here today because of so many people helped us, starting with our parents, our teachers, our elders, extended family members, good friends. They all helped us to reach where we are today. And if you take 5 minutes in the morning to remember those people and write their names down, or 5 things for which you are grateful, and when you do that, 2 things will happen. Anything that you commit to writing is a commitment from your mind. You are very sincere. And when you start practicing gratitude and counting your blessing, more blessings will come on your way. It is said in the New Testament, there are 157 times the word gratitude has been used. It is not exactly the word gratitude, but the Greek word for gratitude is charity, and that has been expressed 157 times. So that much how important gratitude is in our everyday life.
And we really do need to understand how important our emotions play into what we get out of this life. I could not agree with you more there. Now, I want to ask, when it comes to relationships, many times people don't understand the connection between gratitude and the relationships that they have. They just assume that people will be around, until the end of one's life. People just assume that they'll have a job. People assume, and they go about their day to day. But we have various relationships. We have various people in our lives. How can we connect relationship and gratitude together?
Gratitude, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking me that. Gratitude is respect. Gratitude is appreciation. Gratitude is empathy. Gratitude is kindness. And gratitude is compassion. When you practice gratitude, you are practicing respect. When you practice gratitude, you are practicing appreciation. When you practice gratitude, you are practicing empathy. When you practice gratitude, you are practicing kindness. When you practice gratitude, you are practicing compassion. And if you appreciate people, starting with your own spouse every day, how simple and how easygoing the relationship will be. One of the questions I am always asked, I don't get enough appreciation in my house. I do all the work. The husband says the same thing. The wife says the same thing. If we can spend 2 minutes to express our gratitude, gratitude will be very powerful only when it is expressed. Do not keep it with you. Express your gratitude, and it is a strong emotion, and it will bind the 2 souls together.
Now, is there anything that you could do to make remembering to be more grateful for things? Like, is there an action point that you can suggest for someone, a simple way of remembering how to be grateful to a spouse or to your children or to a coworker?
Yes. Start your day before you get out of the bed. I call it a 30-second gratitude prayer. I'm grateful to the universe. I'm grateful to the universe. I'm grateful to the universe 3 times. Similarly, just before you slip into sleep, take 30 seconds for another gratitude prayer. I'm grateful to the universe. I'm grateful to the universe. I'm grateful to the universe. And gratitude must be the only attitude in life. If you ask me, if you can practice gratitude, we will find emotional freedom. We have political freedom, we have economic freedom, but those 2 freedoms we cannot fully enjoy if we are not free from our emotions. When you practice gratitude, you become emotionally free. You can understand other people's feelings, their emotions, and you will be practicing empathy. With empathy, and it should start from home with your wife and husband and children and extended family, wherever you go. It is like a sunshine. When you carry sunshine with you, you don't have to worry about darkness. If you practice gratitude, you don't have to worry about your relationship. Your relationship will be always as smooth as silk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have shared so many times when you say that we should have that moment of gratitude as soon as you wake up. You are so right that it changes how we start our day. It puts us in the right frame of mind. Now, I'm still I need coffee in the morning before, I tackle my emails, but it really does kind of put you in the right frame of mind. You're onto something there. Now, I want to kind of shift gears just a little bit. One of the things that those who send me emails love the fact that I ask established and successful authors questions for those that are aspiring authors. With that being said, when you were in the process of writing, of constructing the journal, was there anything in particular that you needed? Some people need a quiet space to write. Others need, a really good environment around them. Perhaps they need to listen to music. Was there any particular atmosphere that you needed in order to write successfully?
Yes, I like to sit quietly early in the morning. When I am writing, I generally get up at 4 o'clock. And from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock is the best time for me to write. No telephone call. I am alone, but never lonely, and sit down and ideas will start flowing in. Then I'll start writing.
Mm-hmm. I find that so many authors are either first thing in the morning or some that are night owls. It seems to be at those, very late in the evening when the world has kind of gone to bed and there's still a quiet. It's something about that quiet time. So I think you're onto something there. Now, when it comes to choosing how you were going to publish the book, every author has to decide if they're going to self-publish and do everything themselves, or if they're going to use a publishing house or use professionals to help them through the process. How did you determine which way you would publish your book?
All my books are self-published right now, but that does not mean they will remain self-published all the time. But you have to start somewhere. And I always want to start it somewhere and self-publish it. And my challenge is this. Even if the book that I have written, if it makes some difference in the life of one human being, I am more than rewarded for the time and efforts that I have put in. And that is my objective. In the process, if it is supposed to be a New York Times bestseller, I have no problem. I will accept it anytime, but let it be so. And the universe will decide whether it should go and become a New York Times bestseller.
I kind of chuckled there because I'm thinking about there are so many books that people suggest to me, and many of them are not produced by a publishing house. They are a self-published book, and they are wonderful works of literature. So you're right. We don't need to worry about, is it self-published or is it by a publishing house, especially when we're consuming good information, because good information is good information. Now, my last question for you is about emotion. When you have gone through the entire process, you have written, you have edited, you have chosen the cover, everything is perfect, and you now hold copy number 1 in your hands. Gopi, how did you feel to hold your copy of your journal in your hands?
Basically, it is a very emotionally exciting experience, because not because you wrote a book, because you have been writing your ideas, putting them together. Now you are able to share it with the world. I'm like my mother. When my mother used to make some special dishes for at home, she not only wanted her children to have it, she wanted the neighbors' children to enjoy that too. So my challenge is to make this book available in more hands, let more people read, and if they can get one idea and run with that and make a difference in their life, I am more than honored for my life.
I love it. I love it. Having an attitude of gratitude. I couldn't agree with you more. I love it. I love it. You had just given us so many words of wisdom today, and I do appreciate your being on. Now, before I let you go, can you remind everyone what is the title of this book? Where can we get a copy? And of course, how do we stay in contact with you?
Yes, the title of the book is Gopi's Gratitude Journal. It is available on Amazon and also wherever books are sold. My email address, you can contact me, gopi132@yahoo.com, or you can visit my website, gopi'inspires.com.
I love it. Thank you again, Gopi, for spending time with me here today.
Thank you, Dr. Angela. It has been a pleasure, and I consider it as an honor that you got me in your interview. Thank you.
Absolutely. You are so welcome. And viewers, thank you for spending time with us here today as well. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to spend it with us here today. And I thank you for that. As always, may the Lord continue to shine his face upon you. May you receive his grace and his mercy in all that you do. Until next time, everyone, remember that you are blessed in the Lord. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Daily Spark TV. Are you an author with a faith-based book? Be a guest. Serious about your product or service and want to try something new? Sponsor an episode. I see you're ready to get started. So visit drangela.chester.com. Thanks again for watching Daily Spark TV.